We are with the amazing Oskar Eustis from the Public Theater. Oskar, what kind of shows do you look for when you pick them to come to the Public Theater?
Well, there's two things that we always look for in a show. One is the beauty and distinctiveness of an author's voice, and the second is the fact that they have something to say that matters, that speaks to the larger world. If we find those two things together, we're golden.
Now, you have two shows in the Tony race this year.
We do.
Hamilton, which is going to take everything, and the amazing Eclipsed.
Yes,
what shows would you like to see that you've done come to Broadway?
Oh, well, the shows that we want to come to Broadway have come to Broadway. That's the good news. Now, there's more we're going to be making, and we'll see if they come to Broadway. But for us, going to Broadway isn't the goal. The goal is to make a show that matters, that we care about and believe in, and then we try to give it the largest audience possible. Sometimes that's Broadway. Sometimes, for instance, in the case of Richard Nelson's plays, we're going to tour Europe and Asia with them next year, and that we're going to reach a huge audience that way. They're not commercial, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be loved by millions of people.
Is there a playwright out there right now that hasn't come to the public that you would like to come to the public?
Sure, but you can't expect me to name names. Well, you know what I will tell you, because actually I'm far enough along. Ayat Akhtar is a wonderful, wonderful playwright. We've become friends in the last few months, and I would be very disappointed if we don't get to produce one of his plays soon.
And what kind of musical would you like to see come next to the public?
You know, I can't predict exactly what it's going to be, other than the ones that we announced today. For example, David Byrne's new musical on St. Joan, which I think is going to be astonishing. But what I'm so proud of, if you look at Fun Home and you look at Hamilton, the last two musicals we've moved, those are musicals that absolutely changed the bar of who gets to speak for America and who gets to star on the Broadway stage. And that's the thing I'm proudest of.
Well, I have to tell you, you did one of my favorite musicals this year.
Which was that?
You did Southern Comfort.
Oh, I loved Southern Comfort.
I wasn't I try not to read or know anything before I see a show, and it blew me out of the water.
It's a gorgeous show.
And if you see the documentary,
that's a show that should go to Broadway.
Absolutely.
And, you know, again, that's a perfect example because it's a beautiful musical, but it's also a huge step forward for the transgender community. It's a huge step forward in the empowerment and identification and pride of the transgender community. And it's a great thing when it happens.
Thank you.
You bet.